announcement that there's no sitting on the stairs allowed. So if people can't find a seat here, I guess we're filled. There are. You can sit down up around the edge of the auditorium. I'm really happy. I'm sorry there's not more seating, but I'm really happy to see this great turnout. It's a tribute to the promise of the evening. My name is Diane Davis, and on behalf of the Department of Urban Planning and Design, as well as the Latino GSD organization, a student group here at Harvard, it's my pleasure to introduce this evening's speaker, Mayor Gustavo Petro. He's the current mayor of Bogota, Colombia. And one reason for tonight's invitation to Mayor Petro is our current interest here at the GSD in Latin American city mayors and their role in helping build the kinds of cities that many of the students in the planning, design, landscape, and architecture programs are also concerned with. Mayor Petro is the third mayor to have been invited here to Harvard under the auspices of the student-led initiative, which also counts on financial support from the David Rockefeller Center for Latin American Studies. And there will be more mayors, 3 I think to be exact, from other cities in Latin America joining us here in this spring. So we'll keep you posted about this larger initiative. One reason we're eager and honored to have a sitting mayor from a major city here with us today is because there's growing recognition in both academia and the larger policy world that cities are the sites where some of the most important decisions about our collective future are being made. And I'm not speaking only about collective concerns that we have as a planet with respect to environmental sustainability, which clearly is connected to major urban policy decisions about transportation, land use, water, and other policies that enable densification and better care of our resources. I'm also thinking about the fact that with rapid urbanization, fueled by trends in globalization that produce greater concentrations of people, the world's large cities are slowly but steadily taking on the roles that nation states used to play in terms of their capacities to generate income and employment, as well as to respond to citizen needs while offering at the same time a more quotidian scale for citizenship. But to achieve those aims, the character and composition of cities must be managed, regulated, or planned. Without such efforts, urbanization holds the potential to destroy landscapes, ravage natural resources, and create new forms of inequality. So these are the major challenges of our times. And to state it somewhat differently, the city is to the 21st century what the nation used to be in the 19th and 20th century, a critical site of governance arrangements in which the actions taken will determine the quality of life for ever larger numbers of people. This also means that we need to know more about how and why decisions are made at the scale of the city and what conditions enable or constrain the capacity of mayors to produce better, more sustainable, and more livable cities. Let me add that I personally am delighted that we have the opportunity to hear from Mayor Petro tonight on all those issues because I have my own track record studying Mexico City's mayors and the kind of difficult and controversial policy decisions that they have made in the last, let's say, 15 years, some of which have resulted in their ouster, and some of which have helped them seal their electoral future. Through that research, I've come to know that finding policies that fulfill urban objectives and generate broad public support at the very same time is a very difficult task.
Gracias, quiero agradecerle a todas y todos ustedes su presencia y a los organizadores de este evento por brindarnos la oportunidad de un debate alrededor de una lucha política que se puede mirar desde la academia, pero que indudablemente se siente hoy en las calles de la ciudad.
We feel it on the streets of the city.
De paso, dos circunstancias específicas.
The climate change creates two particular circumstances.
Podría dejar de llover en los páramos
It could stop raining in the Páramos,
y esa hermosa, plana y muy verde pradera
and that very, very green land
se volvería un desierto.
would become a desert.
O en épocas de picos de lluvias
Or in the time of heavy rain,
podría volver a ser lo que fue antes,
it could become what it used to be,
un lago.
a lagoon.
Sin embargo, allí viven 9 millones de personas.
However, there are 9 million people living there.
¿Cómo adaptamos ese territorio y esa sociedad al cambio climático?
How do we adapt that society and that population to those changes?
Ese es el segundo eje del plan de desarrollo que propusimos en elecciones.
That is the